Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisco Gaming, and today we're going over the Romance Season Valentines event, which are way different than last year's events, which we'll also talk about. Now, if you are subscribed to my channel to get value and smash your enemies, you know that it's been like a week since I've posted. I've had a lot going on. Not only do I cover 4 different games, but also I had surgery on my leg to remove a spot that they were worried wasn't cancerous now, but could eventually be cancer. And good news, tests came back. They got it all. Looks like it's all good. Sigh of relief. But I've had a week, chat, and I've been gone. And I apologize for being gone, but it has been a effing hell of a week. So let's do what you're actually here for. The new Valentine's event, man. Is it good? What are we looking at? And this feels like a rerun of the shell shop we've had many times in the past, which other people have pushed on my feedback on this event and said, Chis, this is kind of a mid-tier event compared to the typical events that you see in Whiteout Survival. And there's a couple components to this, but I want to point out that there is another part of this that theoretically drops tonight, event coming soon. The flower points to get Petals of Desire, gather destiny points, unlock the Silverfrost shop, milestone rewards, silver shells, blah, blah, blah. The Marvelous Fantasia is available 2/11 to 2/13. So as of the time of this recording, it won't be here yet. I'll put a video in a day or tonight, tomorrow, I don't know, showing that stuff when it's here. But there's more. There's theoretically more that shows up. But last time we had these like matching city themes that were really cool, and they interacted with each other, and like you gifted your flowers, which I don't know how I feel about that as a thing, but like you did that, and like, so this time around we've got the romance shop. All right, so what's in here, Cheesy? So big picture, you do quests. Doing quests gets you battle pass progress and also ultimately these silver shells. I'm going to unlock the battle pass here for the $5. Flower points. Obtain to unlock rewards of different grades and Petals of Desire. Sure. Whatever. I'm getting this either way. So boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah. No, that's just points over here. Okay. Okay. We claim all this. Fine. So we're getting our shells. The main way you're getting shells here is spending. These bundles refresh every single day. So I'm going to slam a couple of these because they are higher value at the lower cost tiers. And then you ask, okay, well, what am I getting in this? As you acquire the destiny points here, you progress through this tiered reward system, which is not huge, by the way. Getting to 1,000 points gets you 1 custom mythic hero gear chest, plus the things preceding it. And people have brought to my attention that generally dollar for dollar, there's other events in this game that can potentially get you more. So I'm inclined to believe that if you're a mid to low spender, you might save for other stuff. But there's a couple things in this shop we do need to call attention to. First and foremost, these things refresh daily. Would I get Mythic Generals? Probably not. Am I getting Essence Stones? Me personally, no. My bottleneck is the Mythic Gear pieces, not Essence Stones for that. So I'm chilling on Essence Stones. But Fire Crystals are always in style. So worth noting, those refresh daily, probably going to end up picking up that. But the other stuff we definitely need to talk about. Top spenders are going to go in and they're going to slam this guy and they're going to max out Love Struck. Even just getting it to level, if you're a lower spender, 3 is a pretty decent place. If you're trying to rally your garrison, ideally you're getting this to 7, but we're talking about hundreds of dollars, presumably at that point. So, you know, the decorations get kind of pricey. This is giving troop defense. If we get a look at what this does, honestly, the cosmetics do look really cool in this game, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I think the cosmetics look legit. Okay, so on the topic of cosmetics, Petal Rain, permanent. Lethality boost, this is a teleport. Ooh la la. And we've got the Harbor of Hope, If you haven't gotten it yet, I haven't. One day I will, maybe. And importantly, if you are a newer player to the game and you've not maxed out your skating rink, oh my God. Okay, 10% research speed is insane. Top priority, absolute top priority. From there, the training speed boost, top priority. Have to max those out. If you already have them, you have them. I've got them. I'm done with them. Okay, next item. We've got another couple options here for teleporting. Honestly, for the cost, like top spenders are here for the lethality, but the rest of us are here for the cosmetic. Now, this is very interesting. General Master Fragments. So these go in your achievements puzzles and basically go to a 5-star spot if you still need 5 stars, which everybody does, right? They go to a 5-star spot that you haven't already obtained. Pretty cool. One random themed scene fragment you have not obtained of the highest quality, realistically, is 5 stars for everybody. Now, for 120 currency here, is that worth it? I would say probably not, but I see why it's favored and a lot of people are going for it, because at the end of the day, like, this will finish off puzzles. Now, it's not going to do the ones that you need the most per se. Like, it's not going to, I think, default to a puzzle where it's like, oh, I need just one piece and it's done. So it's not like an instant gain of rewards or whatever. 120 of these, huh? What is that actually costing me? Is that worth $10 to me per? No, personally, that is not worth $10 to me. All right. Even the custom mythic hero gear chests, I need them, but like, is that worth $20 to me? And I'm still kind of like, I'm not feeling it. Okay. Now, you know what I'm going to say, obviously, is like, oh, well, Mithril's here. So if you care about Mithril, this is where it's at. And a lot of spenders in the game, this is their priority. To max this out, I'm going to have to spend more than what I just did. So I'm going to have to figure out how much more I want to spend. But the amount of Mithril here you're getting is generally better. So let's see here, 120 shells for the $10. So if I snap that off, because I'm seeing I'm clearly going to need more, that's $10 for 3 Mithril. Yeah, that's value. Plus I'm getting the tiered rewards. So from a Mithril standpoint, this event as a spender, you go for this. And it's kind of like more of a spending event at the end of the day. And that's kind of the game plan. Other things that are in here can end up being more pricey than you would think. What you need to do is you need to compare, just like I just did, like how many dollars for how many rewards, and kind of see. So if I go in here and I go do a custom pet chest for, let's say, let's do the $10, right? Because it was 120 of those bad boys. So I could get 36 custom pet chests for $10, right? If I go over here to the event, how does this stack up? Does it compare? Let's see here. So for, let's see, it's 36 of those bad boys. So the equivalent amount of shells will be what? 36 divided by 4 will be 9. 9 times 20 would be 180 shells. 180 shells is what? It's somewhere in the realm of like $12 or $13 or $14. Well, wait a minute. Right? Did I just do that right? Wait a minute. This is $10. And it gives me 36 of these bad boys. Right? $10 over here is not giving me 36. Right? The $10 is giving me much fewer. We're looking at the 24. That's like actually way worse. Actually, like way worse. I think the same is probably true of the pet food and the advanced wild marks. So when an event like this shows up, I want to assume that it's all just like slam dunk value. And to an extent, the tiered rewards are really cool, but you don't necessarily just want to go and like max everything that's in here. Some of the things that are in here are like there as options. and having options is really nice. But so if you need like a small amount of a thing for, you know, an event, you might do it, right? Like if you need just a little bit more of these pet chests and you can put a skill on a pet, like you might do that. But I don't think you want to like all in it, obviously, because unless I completely blundered the math there, dollar for dollar, some of these things there's value and like others I'm not as convinced. But Mithril, super high value in general. So that's my chase personally. There's only 25 Mithril. Did I say 40 earlier? I might have, because I clearly need glasses. I want to get the 25 Mithril. And so, you know, I probably can spend a little bit less than what I'm spending to lock in on that 25 Mithril. And getting to the 1000 tier is a W. Get some extra stuff. 2000 is literally double the number of shells. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. But let's go. I'm just gonna, do I get the fire crystals too? I feel like I probably should be getting the daily FCs. I feel like I'm really gonna want those, and I'm gonna regret not having more FCs, and then do this and like spend at that kind of tier every day. Now, there's another thing going on, the Bloom Battle. This is the thing you need to do every single day. And big picture, this is pretty straightforward. The Rosarian will appear randomly in the wilderness. All chiefs in your state work together and save the delicate roses from its fangs and claws. Each attack on the Rosarian consumes 1 attack chance. You get 5 per day. Unused attacks don't carry to the next day. Each attack grants rewards. With each attack, you'll earn points based on damage. These points can be accumulated. Rewards are sent the next day based on your total points. And your previous day... Wait. Rewards will be sent the next day. Okay. Based on your accumulated point ranking of the previous day. And your points accrued are then reset. Yeah. So each time you battle, you get a little something. But then the rank rewards are kind of where it's at. Look at that. I mean, there's a lot of mythic general decoration components available. Who should go for that? Obviously, it's the biggest spenders. Your rallies and garrisons need the decos, right? So I've not done my attacks today because I'm about to go and enter into, what's it called? The mine. Oh my God, Frostfire Mine. We're about to do that. So I'm going to buff up for that, then do my attacks on the Rosarian. In fact, wait a minute. I'm in the window. I'm in the 2-hour window. I could do this. I'm going to buff up and go get this done real quick. So there are also tiered rewards from the event. We can get a look at those. Pretty straightforward. Let's do this, okay? So I'm going to go and I'm going to say, okay, you don't hang out on my wall anymore. We got things to do. We swing out of my city here. I also am behind on all my daily activities, chat. I am so far behind, but you're not here for that. You are here for the Rosarian. So I'm going to hit the Rosarian. I'm going to hit go. There is almost certainly a ratio of troops here that is ideal. But what I'm going to do is pop a bunch of buffs because I need them anyways for Frostfire Mine. I do the 2k buffs. So I'll slam that. Slam that. Slam that. All of this I'm doing for Frostfire Mine. Would I buff up for this event specifically? I don't think so. I feel like the big buffs are kind of, I don't know. I mean, I guess as a spender, you might just slam. Oh, ooh. I actually, rip Bozo there. I actually want to do the bigger one. Yeah, we're going to do the bigger one. Rip Bozo. It is what it is. Okay, now, attacks on the Rosarian. What ratio should I be using? Who knows? We can mess around a little bit and sort of see what does better. We could start with 50-30, 50-20-30, obviously, and go and see how this does. So we hit confirm. I'm using my highest tier heroes that have the highest widgets and things. I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think widget buffs ultimately matter for this because it's not a rally, right? I don't know. Other people have assuredly put more thought into this than I have. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments for exactly what I should be doing there. Okay. You let me know your best ratios down below. But I'll swing in, I'll get my hit here. And I'll get a prize. It takes 30 seconds each way, huh? Well, there's the Rosarian. My daughter thought that looked really cool. He's got a flower on his head. GG, everybody. All right, there's my hit. We go over here. I earn some points. Claim it. All right, let's try again. This time, new ratio. Let's do 5% fewer infantry and more marksmen. See how that goes. I probably could be doing far fewer infantry and should be just doing a ton of marksmen. Maybe the infantry aren't needed at all. How silly would that be? Go down to like 10% infantry. Is that maybe the play? GG. Let's see how this goes here. Let us see how this goes, chat. All right, hits in. And how did we do? I did worse, actually. The infantry was a good keep. Okay. So this time I will keep the infantry and lower the lancers and try more marksmen and see how that goes. But you get the idea here. Like, I'm just kind of messing around. At the end of the day, my leaderboard position's not all that important to me. And something about my cabling to my iPad is completely cooked. I don't know when that happened, but I started having that problem. All right, so we take this back to 50. And I'm going to do it by dropping lancers. And see how that goes. Swing in. See what we can do here. Get a few quests done while I wait, chat. May as well do this with you. Bang them out right quick. Right quick, get it done. I'm not that far behind on the stuff I need to get done. Kind of. I don't know. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective here, chats. All a matter of perspective. All right. And then slam there. We look at the result. How did we do? I did way better. Ooh, okay, so we do that again. Let's make the same trade again. Lancers for marksmen and kind of see what happens, okay? So we'll do that trade-off one more time and see if we can't improve the ratio. And again, somebody in the comments is going to have the real answer for like, here's what you should have been doing all along, Chiscool. I honestly should have asked in my Discord server. Someone would have like, here's exactly what you should have done, bud. But I'm okay with it. Here we go. Even fewer lancers. Now we're down to 10% lancers. Is it better? Is it worse? We're going to find out. All right. Bang out a couple of these quests real quick. Getting stuff done. Slam over here. Get that done. We're flying in on the Rosarian. Choo-choo. Oh, can't actually watch. Okay. There's my emoji chat. Yeehaw. All right. And how did we do? Better? Worse? Better. Okay. So we do the same thing again. Lancers are just not it, huh? At some point, I think I guess we're just looking at total damage, and Lancers just do less damage. So this should have been pretty obvious to me at the get-go, huh? If the Rosarian's just one thing and isn't actually a composition of troops, then I guess this makes sense. Let's go down to 5%. More marksmen. Confirm. Swing in. See how this goes. You know what I should have done, chat? See, I just need to focus. Maybe this is account specific. Maybe this is actually just a me problem because my Lancer stuff is not as progressed. That actually is kind of an interesting thought. That could be a part of what's going on. I would assume if I had 20% buffs, which would be reasonable to do if I felt I needed them for Frostfire Mine, that I'd be getting a better score. But I just don't feel like that's necessary. Now, maybe that's the wrong way to think about it. Maybe I should have been thinking, not only Chiscool, it's probably a Rip Bozo moment. Not only Chiscool would you have for sure won Frostfire Mine, guaranteed, but you also would have gotten the decorations. That's probably the right way of thinking about it, right? To just like really double up on value. Okay, how'd the last attack do? Even more damage. Okay, so that checks out. That what I really need to do there is use far more marksmen. So hopefully that's helpful to you. And then my leaderboard rank, I'm still 4th, actually. Imagine I'd use 20% buffs. I mean, I don't know. Someone who's a bigger dog than me is going to swing in. And like they'll easily top me here. They're probably just waiting for their turn on this event anyways. All right. You enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. I'll have more soon. Apologies again for the big gap in content. Thanks for sticking with me. I appreciate it. Consider subscribing. I'm not going anywhere just yet, chat. All right. Until next time, you have fun, smash your enemies. If you want to see what we had last year, which was, I thought was amazing and a big spender top-up event, check the cards in the end screen. I'm kind of surprised we didn't get like a big top-up event like we did, but you'll see what I mean with the gifts and the flowers and all that stuff. Card will be over here.